Hi guys, you join me in my blisteringly warm garden in September, and I've just been down the pub. Now, I don't normally go down the pub on my own, but sometimes it just needs to be done. And I did discover something quite extraordinary. I found somebody who is part of my brethren. I found somebody who is part of the Adhd community, and he was, I don't know, older than me. Maybe we got chatting, and it's really strange how these things occur, because usually as a neurodivergent person, you don't want to spill the beans. You don't want to randomly come out with something that makes you different from everybody else. You know, you're going to be a bit guarded. You're going to be a bit careful. You know, you're going to be, I dare say, paranoid. But I got chatting to this guy, and I don't know, maybe he's in his 50s, maybe, I don't know. I don't know what his age was, but we started talking about knee surgery, because he had quite a lot of scars on his legs and everything. And then we started talking about other things, and how his missus got a knitting machine, and you know, and a sewing machine, and he bought it for her, and oh my gosh, it was such a long story, and it was lovely to go out and socialise and listen to people. And look, lockdown is crap, really, because you need to talk to real people, otherwise you feel so alone. Anyway, be that as it may. But yeah, I mean, I've been battling social anxiety for years, so it's a great big thing for me to go out and actually talk to real people. I'm sorry, the sun's going down behind the neighbours' buildings. I was hoping I'd be able to catch this in daylight. Anyway, oh, there we go. Right, that'll do. Now, where was I? Oh yes. So I went there, and I was going to have a glass of wine, and I chat to people who look like they might be, I don't know, suffering a bit, or I don't know. I just anyway, because I'm curious about people, and you know, I want to find out what's going on with people's scars and things. And by God, this guy had a lot of scars on his legs, and you know, he was really worried because he thought he might have to have an amputation, and he wasn't sure how he was going to psychologically cope with that. I mean, I must have the kind of face that people just talk to, because I mean, I can just go and wait for a bus, and somebody random will talk to me and tell me the whole life story. And it's actually a privilege to listen to people's stories. It really is, because you know, I know how vulnerable people are, and how they can be. But so we were talking, and I was saying, oh, you know, you've got all these sewing machines. I think I like to sew by hand. I said I need something to do with my hands because I've got ADHD. And this guy, he said to me, so I. What? I said, oh, that's brilliant. I said, no, I don't mean brilliant. I mean, because it's not great to have, you know, a neurodevelopmental disorder, but it was great to meet someone like that. And I said, oh, well, you know, but, and then he started telling me that I'd only got diagnosed about 3 years ago, and this guy was older than me. And I said, it's great that there are adults who are getting diagnosed now, because, you know, I said, oh, thank goodness, because I thought I was alone, that you just don't meet people like that. And I mean, I live in a small village in the Forest of Dean. You're not going to meet people like that. And then I go and meet someone in a pub 5 minutes down the road who's been diagnosed with ADHD. Oh, I was just like, wow, there's so many of us out there. That's just astounding. And he's had so many accidents and so many scars done to his legs, and I can't help but think that maybe ADHD is sort of like a factor in falling over and wrecking yourself, because we started talking about knee surgery. I can't help it. I just like say, how have you? I think my first thing was like, oh, that looks painful. Have you had knee surgery? And so we started talking about knee surgeries and things like that, and like it took about. It didn't take. Relatively speaking, it didn't take long to get onto the subject of ADHD, but because people with ADHD tend to kind of like switch from some subject to another, it did get to it quite quickly, relatively, I suppose, when we're talking about like normal people, and we're not normal people. We live life in the fast lane. Like, we go from 0 to 6, woof, like we are the Lotus cars of humanity. So, but yeah, so we're talking about knee injuries first of all, and it's gone very dark. I'm gonna quickly finish this off while I've still got a bit of sunlight. So we were talking about knee surgery, and I said, what have you had done? And they told me, and he said, what have you had done? And I said, well, it's not as bad as you, but I fell over in the garden, and I had my meniscus removed. And he said, oh, you had arthroscopy, something like that. And I said, yeah, I did, yeah. And so, as middle-aged people do what we do, like we compare operations and health things, and because that's what we do. And then it kind of got onto knitting, and I don't know, it was just general rambling, and I really don't know how we ended up talking about ADHD, but that's great. Anyway, anyone of you in the ADHD community who've been recently diagnosed, hit me up, leave a message below. I'm really curious to know, have you had any really horrible injuries? Because this guy had wrecked his leg by falling over on a cattle grid. Now, and I've wrecked my leg by falling over in the garden, and I just want to know, like, if you have ADHD or have been recently diagnosed with ADHD, have you had any really stupid injuries that you've done something like, you're not fallen off a motorbike and not anything like that, you've just fallen over and done something really stupid to yourself, and it's ended up having a big physical impact on your life? Please send a message down below. Also, I have merch. I'm sorry, but I really have to promote that, because I've not got a lot of income coming in at the moment, and I'm completely shameless. I'm like, well, hey, these hair colours, they cost money, So yes, please do, and just when you go out socialise, you would be surprised about how many people you've got something in common with. And that's why I find the lockdowns and you can't talk to X and Y, you can't go out and talk to X and Y, so depressing, because human beings are social creatures. We are desperate to find some people who've got something in common with us. And I was diagnosed with social anxiety, and I'm desperate to go out. And the irony is, I'm desperate to go out and talk to people, and everyone else is too anxious and wants to stay indoors. So why did I spend all that money on therapy and assessments and drugs and things, just to be told that, oh wait, you can go out? Oh no, wait, you can't go out. And I really, really want to go out now. I really want to talk to people, and now it's been told that now that you're not going to be able to go in groups of more than, I can't remember, it was 6 or 8 or something like that. And it's just like, it's so frustrating, because I've been fighting against social anxiety my whole life, and I've had so much therapy, and I've really, really struggle to socialise. And it seems to be all for nothing. But I am so glad that I have had the opportunity to go out and meet people and just chat to them and just find out that I've got more in common with them than I thought. And it's totally invaluable. And as a human being, to go out and find something in common with someone is incredibly valuable. I mean, there is just, there is absolutely nothing that can compare to that. And I really wish people would hopefully realise that you can't just go in your own bubble. You need to reach out to strangers, because I mean, it's a cliche, but I can't remember what it said. Oh, something to do with strangers, or friends that you haven't met yet, or something like that. But it is so important. And the more that they try and shut down our socialisation, the more difficult it's going to be for people who are disabled or neurodiverse and that to meet other people who might have something in common. And I've tried doing Zoom and things like that, but it's an hours that I find difficult, and they want to do it in the evening, and I've only got the computer in the evening, so I can't do it in the evening. And also, my husband wants me to cook for him. Well, I mean, he doesn't demand it, but I kind of feel a little bit like I should be, and it just doesn't work out. And I just like just meeting somebody who has just that little bit of overlap is so important. And I urge people, please go out and talk to people while you can, before you get told that you've got to stay indoors again. And for all of you people that say, oh no, I'm quite happy staying indoors, can you please check your privilege? There's so many YouTubers out there that are saying, you've got to stay indoors, but they're making money by sitting in front of their laptops, by mouthing off at this and that and the other. They don't have to go out, they don't have to earn a living, they don't have to talk to people. They've technologically sorted, and they've got Discord, they've got all of this and that and the other. They've got a fan base that they've built up over the years. They've got money rolling in from basically talking to themselves. And no, get off your ivory tower. I'm going to make a video about that later on today. I just wanted to put some positivity out there just for now, because yes, there are people out there who are like you. They may not look like you, they may not sound like you, they may look like they're 20 stone, covered in tattoos, and there might be men, there might be women, there might be non-binary people, old, young, whatever. But if you seal yourself off and say, I'm never going to talk to these people, you're doing yourself a disservice, basically, because they just don't live in your. That's why I don't like the idea of bubbles. The idea of bubbles is appalling to me. You need to get out, you need to expand your mind, you need to talk to people. There's so many people in this world, and by not talking to people, you miss out on the opportunity to connect with people. And it is so important, especially when you've got a brain that's not like everyone else, and you feel so alone. And I felt so alone. I thought, what's the point of me going out? What's the point of me joining a club? What's the point of me applying for a job? No one's going to accept me, blah, 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 blah. And then suddenly you go out, you have a glass of wine at a pub, you end up chatting to someone, and their missus, and you realise you're not alone. And I just want to tell you people that even if you can't go out and talk to people at a pub, and I know it's difficult for a lot of people, I know, please be aware that there are people like that out there. And the more, it takes a huge amount of bravery to go out. It really does. But sometimes it's just, what the hell? What the hell? I was going to say it's not a matter of life and death. A lot of people think it is. A lot of people think I'm going to pick up some COVID and then I'm going to pass it on to someone who's going to pass it on to someone who's going to pass it on to someone, and then someone's granny is going to die or whatever. And if in an ideal world, no, wait a minute, I mean, if this was this time last year and we didn't have COVID, right, I would just say, go out and talk to as many people as you can. If you haven't got social distancing, if you haven't got a huge amount of COVID in your area, if you feel really comfortable just going out, no, if you feel comfortable physically going out, but mentally are struggling, even before COVID, because I know COVID has made even neurotypical ordinary people really paranoid about going out. If you have the capacity and the safety to go out, please do it, because you just don't know who you're going to meet. You might meet the devil incarnate, you know, you might be dragged into an alley and stabbed, but then you might meet someone who you've got more in common with, and then your faith in the human race is only just a little bit enhanced. And I can tell you this, I'm 49 years old. So many times I thought of giving up because I didn't think I would find anyone who was like me. And then sometimes a little encounter comes along and it makes one hell of a difference. And I'm really worried that people aren't going to get these encounters now at the moment. But if you can do it, do it. And don't just do it online, because there's a lot of really creepy people out there. I mean, you know, you're just going to, like, you know, connect with someone who just wants to see you naked. Ugh. Ugh. So, yeah, be really, really careful. Really, really careful. But it's tricky. It's tricky out there. It was tricky out there before COVID. It's tricky out there now. But if you can, be a human being. Be a human being. Listen to people's stories. And you will find out so much about the human race. And you will find out that you are not alone. And it is extremely valuable. It is extremely valuable to know, yes, there are more of us out there. There are people out there who have been diagnosed with ADHD. There are people out there who are gay. There are people out there who are queer. There are people out there who are unemployed. There are people out there who are poor. There are people out there who have a little bit in common with you. And then you don't feel so alone. And I just want to say, if you're feeling alone right now, you've got no one else to turn to, you don't want to go out, you can't go out, you feel unsafe going out, please, 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 comment below. I will chat to you. I haven't worked out how to do Discord or anything like that yet, but I am interested in hearing your stories, because I know how it is to be lonely. And please take care of yourselves, and please, if you can talk to a friendly person, it doesn't have to be me, just talk to somebody if you're feeling really desperately lonely. It is so important. You are valuable, you are worth something, and there are other people like you out there, and it is worth discovering. And I can't tell you how important it is to just engage with people. It's scary, you're going to get rejected, but then again, sometimes you'll just find somebody who's going to say, don't be a stranger, I look forward to seeing you again, and they're going to really mean it. So that's it now, and it's getting cold out here, and I've got to go in and cook dinner now. So I wish you all the best of luck, and like I said, please do comment below if you're feeling lonely, and if you like this channel, and if you want something to say about ADHD or anything at all, I don't mind. Subscribe, whatever. And also, if you want to talk about improv comedy, I'm really interested in that as well. I haven't managed to do much of that except from on Zoom, and I can't catch them all the right times, so that's a bit of a bugger, really. I want to talk about cats. I've got a cat channel called Pablo and Friends, featuring my lovely Tonkinese cat, who's like basically my therapy cat, and my rescue cat Dom the Mog, who's got his own range of merch. Well, I'll say that, but then he does climb on the laptop, so I guess he kind of is in charge, but I don't know. I think I'm his PR agent. And yeah, loads of stuff we can talk about for hours and hours. I might go live soon. I'm thinking that my other half might go off on site again, so I might have a little bit more time to myself. If you like all this rambling, etc., I know I'm not blonde and pretty and young, right? I don't make no apologies for that. I would like to say I'm the most authentic YouTuber out there. I don't edit. I don't do no shit like that. I've got no makeup on. The only unauthentic bit of me that's not natural is my hair, and I don't care because I've always done that. So yeah, if you like my content, please subscribe. It's not going to take any time out of your day. It means a lot to me. Like I said, if you subscribe, you don't have to be notified of things. You don't have to be hassled every 5 minutes of the day and all of that, but it would make a difference to me, because I could really do with the support right now. And like I said, there's a lot of really shitty YouTubers out there, really inauthentic, and they, I'm not sure whether they deserve your time or not. I'm not sure whether I deserve my time or not either. But yeah, I am your friend, and I'm going to talk to you, and I am Auntie Mand. I am Auntie Mand. I will listen to anybody. So that's it, really. I better go now because it's getting dark and I'm quite chilly now. It's been really, really hot today. I've been quite sweaty. Yeah, probably too much information. It was quite sweaty at night at the moment as well. Hormones and just generally unusually warm for this time of year, but I'm not complaining. Summer was crap. Because we didn't go out. It was too hot. And anyway, I want a kayak. Has anyone got a kayak for sale? I'm going to talk more about kayaks. I'm going to talk about my holidays. I'm going to talk about Bude and Cornwall and Devon and the things I did over the bank holiday. It was gorgeous. I really hope everyone has a gorgeous next few days until I catch up with you again. Like I said, I might do a live stream soon. I don't know. Whatever. Oh, hello, Dom. There's a cat. And, well, goodbye to you all. And I really, really hope you will do so well. And if you don't, I hope tomorrow is better for you. And that you sleep and wake up. And the next day is kinder to you. I wish you all the best. I'm going to go now. I really am going to go now. God, it's like talking to someone. Oh, you go. No, you go. No, you go. Right, I'm going. I am seriously going now. I just want to say kind things to everybody, and there isn't enough time in the world, and there isn't enough broadband in the world. Well, I wish you all the best. You take care now, and keep in touch. I love you all. Bye.